Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Redneck Ways. How's everybody out there in YouTube land? Well, I hope you guys have fun and dandy. It is Friday evening, and thought I would make a video and share with you guys. Check in with you, make sure everybody's doing good. And I thought we'd talk about this RF generator. But before we get going on that, I want to tell you a little story. Today, I went and I put my application in for another job, and I wasn't really planning on doing it today. And but I was going over in the next state because I had to get my boat. I'm getting ready to get tagged and all that. I had to get it notarized. And so that's what I was going to do, and I was going to actually put the application in sometime next week. For some reason, I was thinking I was needing another phone number and all that. But anyway, I wasn't going to put it in today. Well, I put my GPS in to go to this one place where me and the person I bought the boat off to meet up to get it notarized. And I head that way. Well, my GPS started acting real funny. And when it was telling me to go right when I was supposed to be going left, I mean, it was like that for the whole entire trip. Well, I get pretty much to where, because I've been to this place where I was going once before, so I had kind of a rough idea how I get there. So I knew I was getting close. But my GPS had me to turn down this other road, and it looked kind of weird, but I took it, I just followed, because usually the GPS gets me there, So we come up, and I'm driving, and the road forks, like a fork in a road. And it looked like the road that went this way was the regular road, and the other kind of looked like a driveway. So I just kept to the left there, and went down over the hill, and boom, I was right in front of the job of the place I was going to put the application in, right? Have no idea how I was going to get there. Like I said, my GPS was going crazy, but I mean, it just was there out of nowhere. I was in front of the building, and there was the sign saying the job that I was going to put the application in, but like I said, I was going to do it next week. So I was like, is this some kind of sign or what? So it was really crazy. Well, get this. I'll go ahead. I fill out the dates and everything on the application. I had to put today's date, of course, and everything. And I looked up on my phone the other phone number that I needed for my references and stuff. And so I handed in. The people were great. They were really nice and all that. So I get ready to leave, and I go back up the hill, and when I went around that fork, it just, like I said, it dropped down the hill, and there it was. It just it came out of nowhere. But anyway, I got back up the hill, and I thought, well, I guess to get to the other place, I need to take the other fork. So I hung a left, and I went down that road. Well, I went down a little piece, and there was a cemetery, and it was a big cemetery with like gates, right? It's got these big old iron gates open. Well, GPS is telling me that that's the way to go to get to the salvage yard. And I'm like, this don't make sense. I was like, this GPS is, I was like, no, I ain't listening to it no more. So I just started backtracking. So I backtracked all the way around, got back onto like the main road, and then, took, I think it was a left, and I went down like 3 blocks, and then I turned up like on the same side of the highway I was at the other end of the cemetery. And I drove down, it was like 2 blocks, and I looked over, and there was the end of that. It was 2 gates, and it was the end, of the cemetery. So what GPS wanted me to do is drive through the cemetery. They took that as a route. So I was like, this is nuts. So that's my story. And of course, after I passed that gate, I think it was like a half a mile down the road, and I got to the salvage yard. Crazy story. I don't know if it was just some a fluke or what. It seemed very paranormal. It did. And just the feeling I had when I pulled in, I had goosebumps because, like I said, I didn't even know where this place was. I was having to, I couldn't even remember because my boy got me the application, and I couldn't even remember what the company was named. You know, that was another problem why I wasn't going to put the application in today. But of course, when I pulled in, I saw it in big letters. I was like, oh yeah, that's it. You know, it reminded me of what it was. But that's my story. It's my Friday story. Weird stuff like that happens quite often. Hopefully, it's a good sign. Hopefully, you know, because like I said in my other video here, I don't know if it was my last video, but it's been an earlier video here I've done, and I'm really trying to find a new job, something to pay a little bit better, because things ain't getting cheaper, guys. All right, on to this, guys. I've had this for a while. It's an RF generator, and I don't know if it works. So tonight, I thought we'd kind of poke around with it and maybe look inside. It comes in the little green jewel light here. When you plug it in, that comes on. So I don't know if I'm not using it right because I really haven't used one of these. And I don't know. Maybe I'm just doing something wrong. But I thought we'd just take a look at it. Now I've got my oscilloscope here, and I thought that we hook it up and see if we get some kind of signal coming out of it, and see if it's got any waves. Because I've tried to use it on other radios when I was working on them and try to push a signal through and see, you know, like if the tube was bad or whatever. And I haven't never seen it. So that's what we're getting ready to do. So let me bring you all a little closer up here, and we're going to kind of look at it. We'll plug it in and take a little look. All right, guys, let me plug it in. Let's see if it's off, because I usually have this plugged into my signal tracer. So yeah, I think it's off. So let me plug this in real quick over here. I think I got enough plugs because I got to plug in my oscilloscope too. So plug that in. We'll turn on. Now this is this could be the whole problem. Maybe I don't have both. I only have one lead, and I don't know. This other one goes on my signal tracer, and I don't know if this one can also work on this. I don't know. Maybe it's one of my problems. Like I said, guys, I'm in the dark on this little generator because I'm seriously kind of new to all the radio things. You know, I'm self-taught, and the generator here, which I'd love to get it fixed. And I got another old Knot oscilloscope too over there, and I found one in Michigan for sale, and I've been meaning to buy and take two of them. Swing you around here and show you what I'm talking about, guys. Don't pay no attention. I've got a mess over here. I've got to get cleaned. My Father's Day balloons deflated, but anyway, there's a same oscilloscope down in Michigan. A boy has it. I'm thinking about getting it and just making one good old time, which, you know, the little one that we're getting ready to use does just the same thing, but I think it'd be neat to see that little CRT working. But anyway, all this hooks in, like the signal tracer, RF generator. I can run it through all of it, and y'all that do this all the time know that, so I don't know why I'm telling you. All right, I'll get y'all back around. Alrighty, so yeah, like I'm saying, this is the only lead that I had on it when I bought this, and then this lead was on my signal tracer. So I don't know if you're supposed to maybe put them, you know, share them. Maybe that was the thing. I believe not was the same thing like heat, the heat kits. I think you bought these and put them together yourself. I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't hold me to it. But I believe these are the same thing as these heat kits, which I'm having problems with this little multimeter. Let me get it out. And it's really stuck. Maybe I should try to get it out. Well, I got to now. Alright. I'm having trouble with this one. And these are really nice multimeters when they work. I mean, they can really get, you know, they do a good job. And especially with the old radios. But, actually, I think I got the capacitor out of it. I put a new capacitor in it. I don't know if I can get, if I got enough wire to pull this out or not. I really don't know what's holding it here. It's fighting me. There we go. What was holding it? Oh, the lead. I forgot that I stuffed that in there. Hope I didn't make it worse than what it already was. That's the lead for it. Okay. But yeah, I went ahead and took the capacitor. I put a brand new capacitor in it, and it didn't help it. And what it does, it works really good the first minute or two, and then it starts just creeping up, and you will zero it back out, and then it'll creep back up again. So I don't know. I haven't checked the resistors in it, so it could be a resistor going bad. But I've changed the battery, which that battery's been in there for a while. It's probably dead. But yeah, these are nice little meters when they work properly. Now, let me put it back up. I don't know how I got on that. And I can't remember where I laid the screws up for that. The thing is, today, all the test equipment is super small. I think his old stuff's really cool, especially the stuff with tubes in it. And that's how you get your different settings here. It's almost like a wheat stone or... Alright, so what we're going to do, guys, is we'll turn it on. Flip it on. A little green light came on. So, let me get my oscillator, or my, this should have an oscillator in it. A oscilloscope is what I'm trying to say. Let's get this little thing plugged in. I'm just going to see, guys, if it's got a signal coming out, which I think I've got to hook it to a radio to get a signal. Like I said, I am not 100% sure how this works. So we're going to use this little oscilloscope here. We'll see if we get anything on here. Let's plug it in. And I am going to look, I need my glasses. Now on this side it says the audio. So you would have to have audio coming in, I would think. And then the RF would come out. So I guess we could hook it to audio. I'm trying to think, guys, where I can hook us to. Well, let's see. Let's just see if we got a signal. Let's see. Which I don't think we would, because there's nothing going to it. But let's turn this on. That's on. Let me put this one here. And where's the other one? Here's this lead. And you know, I've looked this up on YouTube, and there's a little bit of stuff on it, but don't really tell you how it works. So let me see. I'm gonna reset this. We'll see if we get anything here. Just turning knobs here. See if anything does different. It's a little different there. That did something different. So it's definitely trying to do something. Let's see. Medium. Let's see here. Yeah, it's okay. So it's definitely trying to do something, because I could make the lines look different, but it ain't looking like nothing I seen on TV. It's supposed to be at like a AC voltage going across there, just nice little humps. Can I turn this a little bit? Well, I think it works, guys. It's just, I don't know. If the problem's me, I don't know how to operate it. Alrighty. Let's look inside of it. And I need to learn a little bit more about it. Which there's nothing wrong with learning. Alright. Let me see what I need to do. I want to unhook this. Turn this off. Because it's definitely, guys, doing something. I say if I put audio across it, if I hook the audio, a radio, like a... I'm trying to think what I could hook across this to put some audio through it. Let me think, guys. We'll pause it for a minute.
Folks, I have here a...
Alright, I have hooked up my little crystal radio. I was just trying to get a signal. Now, like I was telling y'all earlier, I'm not 100% sure how this works. I pretty much got the basic idea, but I don't think that's going to work. I really need a frequency counter. That would tell us, you know, if it was modulating and stuff and sending out a signal. I don't have one of those. I don't know if the oscilloscope will. It don't have. I wish it had a counter, and it don't have anything like that. I don't believe. Well, it should. Let me see. It's on audio. And it just says one or. I just said 1 kilohertz. Let's see, AC. No, we want run. I'll start. No. Yeah, I'm trying everything. I just auto. Okay, that might be able to get the frequency now. I think I. All right. So what I'm going to do, guys, before we tear into it, I want to see if we can, because it should make a beat. I'm not for sure. And if you guys can point me to a video, I would think you would run a signal through this. And then the other one you would put it through the amp and see if it would make a beep. So let me do that real quick. Pause the video real quick. Alright guys, I am back, and it is actually the next day, and I'm getting ready to go do a side job. I gotta start laying. Actually, I think I got 3 rooms to lay flooring down, that floating floor, and hopefully it'll go pretty quick. But anyway, I wanted to finish this video. I know it's been an odd one, but I want to go ahead and finish it. Last night I ended up getting a little shock from this thing, and it was really odd because nothing was hooked to it, and I was actually touching the ground on me crystal radio, and the crystal radio wasn't hooked to this or nothing. I don't know, it's electric's weird. Somehow I made contact and with the probe, and it gave me a good little tingle. So I was like, okay. I was getting tired anyway. I was like, that's enough. And I've just been messing around with my crystal radio. I'm always trying to make it better. I'm actually getting ready to redo this because I'm not able to really get my bands like I want. It's like you got to push down really hard. So I'm going to work on this little thing and see if I can get it to work better. But I'm going to go ahead and we're going to open the back up and take a look inside, guys. Alright, it just takes a couple screws. We'll get them out. We'll take a look inside. I believe it works. I really do. I just think I'm the problem. I don't know how to operate it, which I will figure it out. I do want to get a frequency counter. I want to see if I can find one of those on eBay or something real cheap. I don't want nothing super expensive right now until I do learn, see if this works. But the videos I have watched, everybody hooks it up to a frequency counter, and that way you can tell what you load on with this little dial. 250, 300 up here, and see it says A, B, and C, and that's for these bands down here. You got A through E, and that's talking about, like, it's on B right now, so you would go over here to B, and that's your reading here, and then you go to, if you want to go over here to D, you just go to D, and this is your reading. Alright, I think I got both screws out, so it should just push out, which I have to take the knobs off. Let me do that real quick. Alright, there's one. Where's the screw to this one? There it is. And 2, 3. 4. One more to go. There we go, got the knobs, and it looks like I'm actually going to have to take these off too. Unless, I'm going to try to take these screws out. I think I probably didn't even have to take those knobs off, to tell you the truth, guys. Let me take these little screws out. I think it pulls out from the front. So let me get across here. Alright. Let's take these screws here. They probably haven't been out for a very long time. A lot of my equipment came from a guy in Ohio that had passed, and I wish I had got all his equipment, but it got all split up in an auction. And I say he probably had a frequency counter, but somebody bought it. It would have been just nice to cap it all this stuff together, you know what I mean? These are time consuming. Alright guys, let me pause and get the other 3 out. I just dropped one. Alright guys, I went ahead and put the knob back on it. Alright, she's ready to come apart. Now this little thing shocked the crap out of me last night. Take it all the way out of the cabinet. Set that over there. Here's the back of it. There's our little lot. It's running on 2 tubes. I say this is from the 70s. I love that tuning capacitor. Really nice looking. It's got a transformer. It's actually got 2 transformers. One of them's for the audio. So I say this is the audio tube. It says these tubes were made in made in, looks like Germany. Okay, here's the bottom. Now, if these are ones that you build yourself, someone did a really good job. It's point-to-point wiring. Oh, capacitor, probably original from the day the person built it. Really nice. I don't know if you can still buy like old kits that hasn't been put together, but I love to, find me a no piece of test equipment like Heath kit or whatever and put together. I didn't get to do that in my younger days. But there we go, guys. And that capacitor is probably the same as old. Nothing's been changed since it was built. There's a nice little look up close. Pretty neat. I love them coils. And nothing looks like it is, looks like it should be working. Changing capacitors, and it'd probably be as good as day one. It does have a cylinder rectifier though. Right there. You don't smell too bad though. All the resistors look like they're in good shape. None of them look broke. I can see. I thought it would have more than 2 tubes, to tell you the truth, but it only has 2 tubes. Alrighty guys, I've got to get ready, go do some work. It is hotter than all get out there, so I'm trying to let it cool off. It's right now 15 minutes till 2 on a Saturday afternoon. I'll probably wait till about 4 to go there, let it cool down just a little bit. I don't know if the air conditioner is still on over there or not. I hope if the electric's on, the air be running. So hopefully it is. Because if not, I'm going to die. Alright guys, I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. Like I've said in my other videos, always wait till the end. That way, if people watch it all the way through, they can hear it at the end and it ain't aggravate people in the beginning. But I'm trying to make 1,000 subscribers by the end of summer. I'm up to like 620. It's just a go of mine. I just, like to get to 1,000. And if you don't care, push that follow button. And I sure appreciate it, guys. Alrighty, until the next one, until we meet again, I will see you right here at Redneck Ways. Bye, guys.